Hello, everybody. Welcome to Popcorn Planet. I'm Andy Signor, and today I'm here to talk crap about Avatar. That's right. Look, guys, I just am not excited for 3 Avatar sequels. I just think this is a bad move on James Cameron's part. At the same time, I have to respect James Cameron. He's blown us away in theatrical experiences for countless times. And I love True Lies. I love Terminators. I love Aliens. Like, he has done a lot of fantastic work, even Titanic and the original Avatar. I got to give props for, again, cinematic experiences. But he's just taken so long to make these sequels, and I just don't think people care about Jake Sully. I just don't. And so some information came today where he talked about his honest reaction to finally having Endgame surpass Avatar at the box office, and he expressed relief. And he said, specifically reacting to the box office change, it gives me a lot of hope, Cameron told Deadline. Avengers Endgame is demonstrable proof that people will still go to movie theaters. The thing that scared me most about making Avatar 2 and 3 was that the market might have shifted so much that it simply was no longer possible to get people that excited about going and sitting in a dark room with a bunch of strangers to watch something. And then he goes on, will Avatar 2 and 3 be able to create that kind of success in the zeitgeist? Who knows? We're trying. Maybe we do. Maybe we don't. But the point is, it's still possible. I'm happy to see it as opposed to an alternate scenario where with the rapid availability, custom designed experience that everybody can create for themselves with streaming services and all the different platforms, that theatrical potential might not have existed anymore. Look, this is odd to me for 2 reasons. And look, granted, I'm speculating, but that's what this channel is. It's my perspective on things. So don't tell me I'm clickbaiting you. I told you this in the title, and I'm going to speculate on what I think Cameron really means. I think he's nervous. I think he knows. I mean, he says it as much. He's already creating an excuse, if you will, if these movies don't perform. Because, dude, there's a lot of pressure on him. Disney has now bought them, and they're giving him all this power, and they're giving him huge budgets that he's been working on for years. They've pushed the schedule back countless times to please him. This is pressure, and Cameron has to now deliver. And if Avatar 2 does not deliver, Avatar 3 is in serious jeopardy, as is just all that time he wasted. And it's also very telling because I do think this is sort of a him changing course, because I think he realizes the state of movies is hard nowadays. You can't just rely on things. A lot of proven old franchises, Men in Black, all these things that have been coming out have bombed. Audience doesn't care anymore just because it's got a name that they've heard of from the past. It's got to be a good movie. He keeps claiming that, we've brought the writer's room, we have all this stuff, it's going to be amazing, but I don't know, this is not, I don't know, I always kind of preferred and was impressed by the cocky James Cameron, who just was like, yep, I'm the king of the world. And this reads like a filmmaker who is nervous. And don't forget, this is the same filmmaker who came out in April of this year and said, I'm hoping we'll start getting Avatar fatigue here pretty soon. Not that I don't love the movies, it's just, come on, guys, there are other stories to tell besides hyper-gondol males without families doing death-defying things for 2 hours and wrecking cities in the process. It's like, oi. Oi, indeed, Mr. Cameron. He obviously got some flack for that. And then he goes on to talk about Avatar and what those movies are going to be like. And he says, I found myself as a father of 5 starting to think about what would an Avatar story be like if it was a family drama? What if it was more like The Godfather? Really? Oh, God. He's just literally like, how do I do a sequel? Well, what's a good sequel? The Godfather. Oh, what if Avatar 2 was like The Godfather? Yes. It's kind of crazy. This is such an obvious, stupid answer. It's a generational family saga that's very different than the first film. There's still the same setting and the same respect for the shock of the new. We still want to show you things that you haven't seen or even imagined, but the story is very different. It's a continuation of the same characters, but what happens when warriors who are willing to go on a suicide charge and leap off cliffs, what happens when they grow up and have their own kids? It becomes a very different story. And then he even admits, he admitted, I don't say I have a good sense anymore that my finger on the pulse of the zeitgeist today because I haven't had a TV show or movie out recently, so I don't know where the tastes are going in respect to science fiction. He goes on to explain that there's 2 different kinds of science fiction. There's the, ones that split the reality and just completely escapist, like Guardians of the Galaxy, or there's ones where how we don't care how these spaceships work and that stuff. And then you have the responsible science fiction like The Martian and Interstellar. tangent. I don't know what that has anything to do with it. But what was interesting to me was obviously his comparison to The Godfather right here is just silly. And this idea of like, they've shown some of the kids, it's like, can I pop it up while I'm talking? This idea of the Avatar kids is just not something I'm excited about. I don't really want to have a family of kids play in the Avatar world. There's just nothing. Yeah, here they are. These are the kids. This is the actors that he's hired to play Jake and Neytiri's kids. It's just like, really, a bunch of kid actors playing blue people? I don't care. I don't. This seems no. I don't want that. I want something more edgier and cooler, not something that's like Disney Channel. Now, granted, we got to give James Cameron a little bit more respect. He's done a lot of hits. He's has been king of the box office world, but that throne is up for jeopardy if Avatar 2 doesn't succeed. And now, when he's making these quotes that the market might have shifted. Look at streaming services, and there's so many ways for people to watch content. And will it work? Who knows? But, at least we're trying. That to me is nerves, and he should be nervous. Even someone like Cameron can fail. No one's too big to fail. I hope it's cool, but I just don't think there's that. I'm curious. Please, if you actually are defensive of the Avatar franchise and think this is a great franchise, please speak up down below. I will be looking at the comments and chiming in with you guys as you watch this. Who is defending this franchise? Who's excited for this franchise? And who doesn't think this is going to have a tough time making a lot of money? Would you have doubled down if you were Disney and given him 2 movies? I mean, I guess you probably would, because the first one especially is going to make some money. But then if that one sort of turns out to be a flop and no one cares, Part 3 is going to have a lot of trouble trying to make up its losses. That said, Disney can put it on Plus. Ooh, can you imagine that if the Avatar's third film goes on Plus? Ooh, that would be embarrassing. So anyway, the point of this story is there's a lot of pressure on Cameron to deliver. I think this is the first time I've seen and smelled his nerves, and I think it shows very greatly. So what do you think? Tell me down in the comments below. I'm curious what your thoughts are, and I'll be back with more videos soon, and we'll be live tonight, 10:30 p.m. So join us for a special episode. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. Bye-bye.